Before you spend another dollar at the grocery store, you might want to check this out first. Most of us have hundreds of dollars of groceries already in our house, in our pantries and freezers and fridge that are just calling to us, waiting to be used.
Use me.
You might look at this pantry and say, wow, Christine, you have a problem. You make some good points. I do indeed have a problem, but in today's video, we are going to do our best to feed my family for an entire week without going to the grocery store, using what's already here because I already spent the money and I want to keep a couple $100s in my pocket and do something else that's fun. What else is fun?
It could be anything.
You're right, it could indeed be anything.
Get a new car.
I'm gonna get a new car with the $200 I saved by cooking out of the pantry.
It may not run.
Come off it.
This is the new Wagon Queen family trucks.
So if you've loved pantry, cooking, clean out videos, press the thumbs up button for glory and let's go. Today's dinner starts with these that I had in the freezer. I tend to buy things when they're on sale and put them in the freezer and then not use them. So the goal is to use them. So I have 2 packages of this roasted red pepper garlic chicken sausage. And I'm thinking, what goes really well with sausage? Cajun stuff. But you know what else is delicious? Orzo pasta. So what if I did like a Cajun orzo pasta sausage situation? Now, I wish I had a bell pepper, but I don't. I do have a couple of old shallots hanging around, so I'm gonna use those. A couple of, like, why do I have these in my fridge? I don't know, but here they are. I also have this tomato sauce my mom canned in 2023. Is the lid is still sealed? We're gonna use it. A little bit of Tony's. Mwah, we're there. I am kicking it off with a giant freaking skillet because I wanna put everything in one pan meal, as it were. So I'm coming in with some avocado oil, mostly because the sausage is already cooked and I don't think we'll be releasing a ton of fat. So I just want to get like a nice sear in here before I come in with my veg. I don't have many veg, but what I do have, got medium heat. Okay, I'm moving my sausage over a little bit so I can throw in my shallots. Those are going in. I'm gonna put my chives just on top right there, and found some garlic.
The garlic will protect you.
Garlic's good for you, right? So I'm just gonna grate some of this in here on my microplane. Okay, I have my onions, garlic, sausage is kind of going. And I wanted to throw in, I made this chicken stock that's quite gelatinous. Look at that. Look at it. Would you look? Would you just look at it?
Look at it, Johnny. Look at it!
I made this out of rotisserie chicken bones. 2 cups, 3 cups. Let's start with that. I want my onions a little softer than they currently are. I don't want any crunchy onion. Nobody asked for all that. And then we're gonna put in our tomato sauce. And I'm gonna come in here with about a teaspoon of Tony's. Mostly because I don't know how salty this sausage is, so we're going a little on the shy side. Oh my gosh. And I feel like I need to add something else. What else would be good here? Cut the acidity of the tomatoes. I'm actually gonna add a little molasses. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, there we go. Not very much, guys. Maybe a teaspoon. Not very much, just enough to bring some sweetness to the acidity and some richness. Lid on, I'm gonna bring it up to a boil and hopefully get my onions a little softer and the ladder pasta. This is looking fabuloso. I'm coming in with the entire box, mostly because I hate it when there's a half a box left. Now, here comes the tricky part. I have no idea how much liquid I need in here. So what I'm gonna do is check back in like 5 minutes and then again 5 more minutes after that, and I will add more chicken broth if I need it. So I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit so it will simmer like this. Set my timer for 5 minutes. And I'll come back and check. Now, you guys know I love Element, but these sparkling electrolyte drinks, these are my new favorite, and can you see the flavor? Pineapple salt. Yes, this video is sponsored by Element. What is it that helps with hydration, especially if you are active, sweaty, smelly, also sweaty? That would be me. Yes, I have to say it twice. It also really helps when you're eating really low carb, like keto or carnivore. Your body has a hard time holding on to the salt that it needs to survive. So this can be very helpful for that as well. I've been using it a lot because I have been working out just a freaking ton right now. The little cans, they have the same electrolyte ratio with half the formulation. So it's 500 milligrams of sodium, 100 milligrams of potassium, and 30 milligrams of magnesium. Flavors available in the 12-ounce sparkling drink: black cherry salt, lemonade salt, orange salt, and pineapple salt. It's especially nice if you just want to like grab a can and go do the kids pickup line, but you don't want the caffeine maybe, or you don't want the sugar of other drinks. It's a great option. I know you've heard me talk about Element before. I just wanted to share with you a cool new product and new flavor. Heads up, they also carry my favorite flavor, lemonade salt, in the can or the packet. You can get the packet also. The lemonade salt is the best flavor they've ever freaking made. It's just chef's kiss. You know what I'm saying? Of course, you can get a free sample pack with any purchase on Element's website with my link below. It's drinkelement.com/frugalfitmom. I'll leave a link in the blue below if you want to go check it out. Try it, see if you like it. If for any reason at all you're not satisfied, reach out to customer service. They will take care of you. All right, back to turning random ingredients into something edible. Okay, we are finally there. It took a while and I added probably a whole nother cup and a half of chicken broth. My pasta is finally cooked all the way. This looks freaking delicious. I tasted it, it's great. But why not add some cheese?
Little hand says it's time to rock and roll.
I have some fresh mozzarella here. I just chunked it up into these listen, there's no rhyme or reason. If I had pepper jack, I'd use that. I just want to use it up. I feel like this is a nice addition. Let's throw it in. I don't even care if it melts. I will just eat it in chunks, just like this. And then I also cooked up some frozen peas over there. So what do you say we plate this up? And on the frozen peas, I just like a little bit of salt and a little bit of butter. Easy way to use up some sausage and pasta. Hang around. Look what I found hiding in my freezer. I bought these when they were on clearance. Only $3 for the giant container of King's Hawaiian. Usually it's like half of one. And you know those sliders that they make with like the ham and cheese and the poppy seed dressing? Well, I have discovered that you can make sliders out of anything you want, and they're awesome. So today we are making pizza sliders because this is in my fridge. Got to get rid of it. These are in my fridge. Look at those clearance stickers. Like they're both half empty. Some might say half full. It's half full. But these guts to go. Got some cheese over here, mozzarella. January 2026, it's fine. This one's not even open yet. What's the date here? Oh, July. Oh, we are solid. Okay, just trust. All right, so we are going to make sliders. And who doesn't love pizza? All teens I know love pizza. I have my oven preheating to 350, 375, somewhere in there. And I'm gonna show you how brilliant this is. This is the easiest freaking thing ever. Make it work, people, because I wanna like, why are these Hawaiian rolls like the most delicious thing ever? They are bomb. Oh, maybe it's a circular motion. Yes? Okay, we are essentially making pizza. So we're gonna make it the way you would make pizza.
Brilliant. No, not brilliant, just, yes, brilliant.
I just don't want my sauce to like soak into the bottom part of the bread. So I think we're gonna do our salami is like gonna be our pepperoni here. Every time I make these sliders, I've done like a barbecue beef with barbecue sauce and shredded beef and cheddar cheese. Oh my gosh, my 14-year-old just goes to town on these. Okay, now we will put the tops back on, and here comes the, like what makes it money is that topping that goes on top. Let me show you my little hack for this. Okay, this is now empty. That's empty. The pizza sauce is gone. I have 1 stick of melted butter right here. It's gonna go all over the top, but I like to add this. So I have this Kinder's caramelized onion butter that goes so nicely. I just keep using it for this application specifically. So I'll do maybe a tablespoon into 1 stick like that. And I want this all over the top, and I am gonna use all of this butter, and it's gonna make the top so delicious and salty. Okay, cover it with some foil and into the oven for, I kind of want everything, like everything's gonna get warm but not cooked necessarily. So I would say 20 to 30 minutes. You just wanna make sure everything's warm and then you're good to serve. Okay, I am making enchiladas to get rid of a bunch of stuff. So I had a little bit of this. This cheese is a little older, so I shredded all of it. I'm gonna mix it in with the pre-shredded right here, as well as some pepper jack. I keep buying the sliced pepper jack because my 19-year-old loved it. It was his favorite, and now he doesn't live here, and I keep forgetting that.
I'm Nemo. Nemo? That's a nice name.
We'll use this as well. Plus this melts pretty good. So cheese, I have a bunch of rotisserie chicken that needs to be used, a whole bunch of tortillas that need to be used, and I went to Trader Joe's and I grabbed their enchilada sauce. So we will see if this is the best one. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of it in my pan. Oh my gosh. I will just keep building until I run out of tortillas or room in the pan or whatever. That's way too much chicken. It's the problem with having really small tortillas. I think I'm gonna put the pepper jack on top to melt on top of the sauce. All right, I have my entire pan here. So coming in with the enchilada sauce now. I didn't want any leftover sauce. I feel it's like too much, but ugh. I hate it when there's like a little bit left in the jar. These will be saucy. And then I will come in with my sliced pepper jack on top. And then I'll pop this in the oven. I mean, everything in here is cooked, so I'm really just kind of warming everything, melting the cheese. Oh my gosh, I can use this whole package. Oh, sweet. Look at that. Would you just look at it? I can put some foil on top and pop it in the oven for 20 minutes, foil off, 10 more minutes, and boom, dinner. I found these peanut butter chips in my pantry. Peanut butter. They've been there a while. So I figured I'd just make chocolate peanut butter chip cookies. I'll show you the recipe I like to use. It's out of this cookbook. It's really, really old. It's perfectly chocolate chip cookies. But instead of chocolate chips, I use peanut butter chips. 2 sticks of butter, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Let her rip. You cannot overmix this. You want it light and fluffy. Let it go as long as possible. Okay, this is what you want it to look like. Next, add 2 eggs and a little bit of vanilla. And if you can't measure with your heart because it's broken, it's about a teaspoon, or a tablespoon in my case. Mix again. Okay, up next, 2 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour, 1/3 of a cup cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and mix again. Okay, this part is totally optional. So I like to put nuts in the cookies, but I do have a son that is texture averse to like nuts and granola and things like that. He doesn't hate the flavor or the taste. No one's allergic.
Call the cops.
So I tend to put it in one of these guys and blend the bejesus out of it. So I have salted pistachios right here, which I think are gonna add a really nice salty, earthy, savory contrast to the really, really sweet peanut butter chips. Okay. Peanut butter chips going in, and here's what my pistachios look like. It's just powder at this point. And mix one last time, and we are good to scoop out into cookie shapes. Okay, here's the secret when you're making cookies. I have coarse kosher salt that I keep out, so this is very, very chunky salt. And I do, before baking, just a tiny sprinkle. What this is gonna do, it's not gonna make it salty because this chunky salt tastes less salty than just table salt. What it's gonna do is like enhance the sweetness and make your tongue go, bow, what is that? Every time I do this and I bring cookies to other people, they're like, oh my gosh, what did you do to these cookies? It's just a little sprinkle of salt. It makes everything better. Okay, 375 degrees on the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. I would say start with 8, check your oven, see how soft you like the cookie. They will continue to bake on the pan for a few minutes. So if they look a little soft, it's probably okay. Well, I have the rest of this chicken that I definitely need to use up. I have some cream cheese that I bought with good intentions and didn't use. White chicken chili is kind of what I'm thinking. I have one of these cans. I can throw that in there. What else do I have? I definitely have an onion. I am running low on these. A little bit of garlic, that would be great. Now I need some beans. I don't think I have canned beans, but I do tend to pre-cook and freeze dried beans a lot. So let's see what we can find. Okay, my canned section is kind of over here. I don't keep a lot of canned stuff on hand, mostly because I don't use it that often. But you know, I like a little jalapeno business. It's not looking like I have any canned beans right now, except for refried beans. I don't know how well that would work. Let's run to the basement. And I totally have cannellini beans. This will 100% work. Would it be weird if I put like one thing of refried beans? Is that weird? I don't know. I thought I had more of those, but that will be fine. That's the equivalent of about 2 cans of beans or so. Just so you guys can see what I do. These are black beans and more black beans and tomato sauce right there. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's grab these. Now, if you want to develop the flavors a little bit, I would saute the onion and garlic, a little bit of olive oil before I threw everything else in here, but I'm lazy, so I'm just gonna pour everything in the pot. I will leave out the cheese until the end, mostly because I don't want it to curdle, so we'll wait on this. Cooked chicken. That's like, I'm gonna guess that's about 3 cups. 3 cups of cooked chicken. I'm using this salsa verde, or you could do like canned green chilies. I just don't have any of those. Any white bean is fine. I'm using cannellini beans, the equivalent of 2 cans, a little freezer burnt. It's okay. And I'm gonna do like, what? This looks so weird. 1 little block of refried beans, and I'll freeze the rest for something else. Okay, I do need liquid. So I'm coming in with 6 cups of chicken broth. Yes, this looks oddly like water. Okay, for sure. But once I add that, it will be chicken broth.
It's like you're actually magic.
You can, of course, make your own, but if you don't want to, store-bought's fine. You know what? I've decided I don't want to use fresh onion. I'm gonna use dried onion, will be perfect. All right, I'm going in with this minced dried onion. Probably 2 tablespoons, a good amount. Coming in with some ground white pepper, a little sprinkle, 1/4 teaspoon or so. Some cumin, I love this stuff, about a teaspoon. I am eyeballing a little bit. Look what I found. Chicken stock concentrate. I'm gonna throw those in there. Now, at this point, I wanna bring this up to a boil and then reduce it to a simmer. If you want it a little bit spicy, some cayenne would be lovely. In fact, I might do just a little, just enough for it to be like, it's warm. All right, this is about 30 minutes in. Oh, I should have stirred it more. It's sticking to the bottom just a hair. I'm turning it way, way down because I don't want to curdle any of my dairy. So I'm coming in to start with 1 block of cream cheese, and I will taste for seasoning after all my dairy's in, make sure it's good to go. Oh, you know what? I could add more salsa verde. I totally could. All right, so that's just gonna do that. But I feel like it thickened up nicely. I prefer a very, very chunky soup. If it were me, I probably would have gone 1 extra can of beans. I don't have any more beans that are cooked that are a white bean, so I will leave it, but I actually kind of wish I had way more beans, to be honest. It's actually delicious. I want more cumin-y salsa flavor. Tastes very chicken right now, so I'm gonna add 1 more can of this and more cumin. So I'm probably sitting at 2 teaspoons of cumin. It wasn't smoky enough for me. In these cases, you can just measure with your heart, unless your heart's been broken, and in that case, it's 2 teaspoons of cumin, okay? And I think I want it way more creamy. What if I put in a whole nother block of cream cheese? Is that crazy? Okay, I won't do cream cheese. I'm going to do whipping cream. Give it a touch more creaminess. I am gonna top this with like guac/avocado and cheese if I can find some. All right, let's serve a bowl, shall we? In my pantry, I have these tortilla chip crumbles. That's perfect. And I also got some of this holy guacamole on sale, like half of 1 of those, just like that. And crunched up chips, just like this. All right, it's actually bomb. Oh my gosh, so good. Did you like those recipes? I hope you did, because my family sure did. And before your next grocery shopping trip, just try it. Go take a quick inventory. I'm coughing. Oh my gosh. Before your next grocery shopping trip, try this. Take a quick inventory. Make at least one meal, based on stuff you already have hanging out. You'll save money, you'll clear out some space, and you might even eat something delicious. If you haven't subscribed, it's totally free, never expires, and I'll see you in the next one. But wait, there's more. My 16/17, he's almost 17, so 17-year-old, really wants to learn about cars, like how to work on cars. And the problem with newer cars is they're all electric. Everything's a computer. So that's not very helpful. Problem number 2, my husband and I don't really work on cars, but my son really wants to do this. So we may have purchased a project car for very, very little. It was like a farm car, you know, where if it like starts up and gets you to point B, it's a win. It is a stick. It's a 1993. It's coming up on 35 years old. They don't even make windshields for it anymore. Hope that doesn't break. Not only has my son learned how to drive a stick really, really quickly, he is really enjoying this process of like learning how to change out tires, learning how to change engine stuff. I would tell you what it is, but I don't know. I can't tell you what it is, but he's obsessed with this car. It's not fancy. We went to go register it. And the lady's like, what color is it? And we were like, that is an excellent question. It may have been silver at one point. It may have been tan at one point. She's like, well, is it shiny? And I was like, maybe at one point it was indeed shiny. It's not shiny anymore. It's this old beater car that needs all these things done. He's like, I'm gonna go detail it and shampoo out the carpets myself. I have never seen this kid so excited to fix something, to make something clean and have it be his own. It's awesome. So if you have like a couple $100 hanging around and you can find like an old beater, your 17-year-old son may just love you. Follow me for more parenting tips.